Happy Wednesday. Thanks for clicking to WYTV.com. I'm meteorologist Ryan Halicki. The pattern turning a bit more active over the next 24 hours, starting with a cluster of storms that I'm watching for developing around Minnesota and Wisconsin late in our Wednesday evening. That cluster that develops will then start moving in our direction. So our severe threat tonight across the country, greatest into Wisconsin, Michigan, and also into western Ohio. Potential there for that complex to reach them and still pack a little bit of a punch. We're going to have to keep an eye on that as we get into our Thursday morning too. I expect that to be round one of our precipitation. So you see that complex developing and approaching as we get to 6 o'clock in the morning. It's moving into western Ohio. We may see some isolated downpours and thunderstorms that fire out ahead of it. But as we get to about mid-morning during that morning commute, watching for a round of rain potential there for some storms too. And these storms, they could be a little feisty with a little bit of gusty wind in them as that works through the area. Now, we're going to have to watch the track of this as the data yesterday on our Tuesday hinting at that passing by a little further to our south. Today, trying to shift that a little further to the north. So we're going to continue to monitor this, but I expect at least some rain showers around during the morning as that complex comes through the region. As we get into the afternoon, we're not done with our risk for storms. In fact, this is the severe threat outlook for Thursday, not Tuesday, and you notice we're in that yellow shade there. It's a level 2 of 5. Severe wind gusts are the primary threat, but there's going to be some strong winds in the upper levels of the atmosphere here, and the tornado threat with this not zero. It is low, but not completely at zero here. We're going to have to watch all of those storm cells closely. So I want to dive into this again on Pinpoint Futurecast, and we'll start off in the morning. I showed you around 6 o'clock seeing some of those isolated showers or storms trying to fire ahead of that complex. We'll watch for those coming in as we get further into the morning. So by about 9, 10 o'clock, we're watching for that first round moving through. That could have some gusty wind with it, and then showers lingering through the late morning. Now, what we're going to be paying close attention to as we get into the afternoon, it does look like a little bit of a break in here. That first complex likely to stabilize things for a bit. However, we can put more juice in the atmosphere to get additional storms to fire with some thinning of the clouds, and that's what the model's picking up on as we get to about 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You start seeing these clouds trying to thin out a little bit. If we can get that sun, that's going to be additional fuel for more storms to start trying to pop up here. So another round of some scattered thunderstorms possible here as we get into mid and late afternoon, lingering through early evening. Any of those storms could also be a little strong for us. Now, once we start coming up on sunset, we're going to be looking at our risk for strong storms coming down quickly here. Cooler and drier air starts moving in from the north, so it will feel cooler. It will be much less humid as we get into our Friday. And overall, Friday, we'll be looking for those skies to eventually become mostly sunny. So for tonight, we're looking at about 66 degrees for that low temperature. Again, an isolated storm is possible early, most of our overnight quiet, and then an additional round of rain and storms developing through the morning here. That first round, that complex we're watching for, bringing an elevated risk for wet weather through the morning. Into the afternoon, our chance for scattered rain and storms heavily dependent on how much sun we can get out as we get that first complex out of here. Any storms that can develop in the afternoon also have the potential to be a little strong. So Thursday's a day to stay a little weather aware here, and then Friday and Saturday, quieting down, cooling down. 74 the high for Friday, a little breezy for us as we become mostly sunny. Saturday, I expect some sunshine around, temperatures nearing 80 degrees. Then another cold front comes on Sunday. Still have that chance for rain and storms in place. We'll be watching for some wet weather as we get into late morning and early afternoon with that cold front settling through. That keeps our temperatures in the 70s next week. Right now, Monday looks like another dry day, mid 70s and some sun. Tuesday, very small chance for a shower as we start flirting with upper 70s again, and next Wednesday looks like upper 70s with some isolated showers or storms.